Welcome, guys, to another episode of the podcast. This is episode 10. Um, my topic today is just to go over the CDC and what's specifically going on right now and the today's current outbreak. Um, and I want to add in a little. Wolf said it's kind of more of like a fantasy or kind of like fake. What would happen if a zombie apocalypse would ever happen? Because since the CDC is being defunded in a sense of way, they can't see any viral infections that are kind of slipping under the mat, and I kind of just I don't think it's fiction. It could happen. Who knows? Um, Let me run this over again by with Tony. What is your topic for today? Sorry.
Oh, good. So today I'm going to be going over some motorcycles. I just got into the community, so it's been a lot of fun. That and the major difference between trying to join like the Air Force versus the Army, because
Hmm.
so far it's been a bit of a culture shock to say the least.
Yeah. All right, Wolf. What is your topic?
About how Tyson is making lab-grown meats,
Yummy.
making meat from scratch.
I think they're already coming out for with it already, but I'll talk about it when it's your turn. Unless
Yeah,
you want to go
my
first,
turn.
Wolf.
No, you continue. I'm trying to establish. Oh yeah, the game today is Jurassic World Evolution 2 because I can't afford Jurassic World Evolution 3.
I can't
It
afford
just came
GTA
out.
6.
I can't see paying $60 for a zoo simulator. I got this game for $15 when it was on sale. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Wow. Steam actually really has some nice sales, like
They
every now
did.
and
I missed
again.
it for Jurassic World Evolution 3. They did have one recently. I was just a
Well, the thing is
buffoon.
that like this. Well, the thing is, Steam always has like some form of sale going on. I think like I
I'm a,
literally got
I'm a
like the
hoping.
whole. I think I got the whole Fear bundle, which thank you to you for buying it. But I
Yeah.
got the whole Fear bundle for like I don't even remember how much you paid for it. I think it was like $20. And I don't know if anybody knows the Fear games when it came out like early 2000s. Um, and I remember at some point, I think you were telling me about Halo. All the Halo games were also um, on discounted too when they were selling it because they were closing all the
Oh yeah.
servers.
No, they're doing no. So they no, they're is the Halo and the Master Chief Collection. That's what was on sale.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
God.
think what they were closing one of the servers, the earlier
Halo
game.
3.
Yeah.
They closed the other one a long time ago, but Halo 3 is one of the last OGs. So they closed Halo 3.
Yeah.
Oh, and Reach. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt so
Well, it's
much.
because like nobody really plays it until like they're reminded like, hey, we're closing this game, and then they're like, oh, now I want to play it after I didn't play it for like 20 million years.
But, you
So
you keep your mouth shut on Reach here today. Don't you ever
anyway,
talk bad about my Reach ever again.
I didn't talk bad about it. I was
George
just saying that
George
people
George was a hero.
Gorge,
George no, not
Gorge.
George. George was a hero of the United States. No, United fuck.
What the fuck
The
you talking about? Shut up.
UNSC. He was a war hero. He sacrificed himself.
All right.
I still cry to this day.
I cried when Soap died for the first time in the COD games.
Pope! Pope!
Soap.
You didn't choo on
Soap.
that fucking beat, Pope.
And then next thing you know it, he comes back to life, and I'm like, huh?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
get the reboot. The
Yeah.
reboot. And then they kill him off again.
Yeah, they killed him again, and I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck? Damn, Sophie just fucking dying regardless, man. My Makarov again. But honestly, new Makarov looks like a little baby-faced bitch boy. I don't know, is that just me? Like, why does he look baby-faced? Hold on, I'm gonna show a picture in the side chat.
Yeah, I guess this
Old
is a little hot.
Makarov versus new Makarov. Hold on, I'm just saying. You can't tell me this man just looks baby-faced compared to his old...
Uh-huh. Well, no. I guess this is our hot take, because usually I do the hot take in the middle of the video, but I guess we're doing it right now before we get into
Look,
anything.
hold on. The guy on the right actually looks like a fuck. I'm sorry, on the left. The guy on the left actually looks like a fucking terrorist, a Russian terrorist. And what the guy on the right looked like? Tell me.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's move on. We'll talk about that in a little bit more in the video so that people can actually see what they're really here for. All right. So the CDC, why is it being defunded? The CDC faced major funding cuts and downsizing as a part of Trump's administration. Ooh, Trump administration. People are gonna hate me for saying that. It's not Trump's fault. Shut up. It is. It's the Trump administration's fault. I'm not saying Trump himself. It's the administration that runs everything. Administration, whatever. Okay, efforts reduced to federal health spending and overall nation's public health infrastructure. These moves oversee spending overhaul and a nation's. Oh wait, I read that twice. These moves overseen by the Health of Security, which is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Since he was appointed in office, he has been doing really big budget cuts and downsizing its Atlanta headquarters, which eliminates 100 jobs for federal employees. The underlying financial and administrative actions were several key factors, such as inconsistent mission alignment. The White House moved to cancel and claw hundreds of millions in state and local health grants, stating that they were inconsistent with the agency's priorities or deemed too woke, quote unquote. Too woke. That's such a stupid word.
Are you reading something?
Yes, I am reading something. The cuts are practically targeted programs focused on diversity, gender and sexual minorities. Why would that be? Why are they? I said okay. I'm not gonna get into that. And some diseases disparity initiatives. That's so stupid. Another key factor is really retaliatory action claims. The administration redirected or attempted to freeze grants funding designated or dramatic led states and medical groups that challenge federal policies, leading to a series of federal lawsuits and injunctions. So I guess they're going from state to state and cutting like things that they deemed too woke and inconsistent. And they're getting federal lawsuits against it because this also goes on to like the parasites or the viruses that are in each state. Like what broke out recently is the screwworm in Texas. There's another.
Wait, hold on. That's its name the whole time. I didn't even know that. We were talking about it for the last few days. I completely forgot. I didn't know that was its name the whole time.
No. The screwworm is completely something different. It's a bug parasite that goes into the eyes and open wounds of livestock, and it eats their flesh. And they die.
It's been around for a while though.
I know it's been around for a while, but it was generally like kind of contained until the CDC or the Trump administration started defunding everybody's states their funding, their money. So it's these agencies are being cut. Money. And they deemed that the stuff that they're doing is too woke and doesn't go with their policies, which is stupid because the CDC oversees a lot and takes care of a lot of things too. Now, let's say like foreign affairs, right? The Ebola outbreak. And like I'm 50-50. Yeah, I'm 50-50 when it comes to boys will be boys. There's a mosquito.
Hey, don't be racist now.
I'm not being racist. That's being sexist.
No, don't be racist.
Oh, okay.
Like you, hold up.
This is the most gayest chat I've ever been in. They
I'm
touch each
being
other. I'm just letting you guys know that now.
Oh.
They're the most gayest motherfuckers I ever met. That's right. Shut up. All right. There was the screw worm, and then there was another. The bird flu was another one a couple of months ago. The hantavirus broke out from another country because they are eating fucking bats again. I forgot what country it was that they contracted it from. I'm like, why is the bat so delicious? Why you guys have to eat the fucking bat? Stop eating bats.
It's a delicacy.
I know it's a delicacy, but it's a very risky delicacy. Why can't you just
listen? What else is the Chinese boy supposed to eat, huh? Chicken?
Listen, he can eat the cat and dog on the side of the street, and that would be much more safer than eating a fucking bat.
I don't know about that.
Don't eat Mr. Wigglesworth.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I haven't seen any diseases outbreak when it comes to eating a cat and dog. But when they eat the bats, that's where the issue comes from. Okay? Stop eating the fucking bats. It's part of our culture. I don't care. Maybe cook it a different way. Make sure it's cleaned. Stop selling in the markets. Like, what is it? Eating pufferfishes. What country eats like poisoned fish? Is it pufferfishes?
There's pufferfish, also known as fugu. There's also the box pufferfish. What do you want? Just like a list of toxic fish or something?
No. I'm just saying, like, there's other countries that eat like poisoned, fishes and stuff like that. But then it won't give you a disease. It would just possibly kill you if you don't cook it right.
It's poison sac. It's just poison sac.
Ah.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that those people eat poisonous animals instead of a disease-ridden bat. Like, please stop doing that. Get some help. But continuing on from that, I think like ever since like Robert Kennedy came into office, has just been cutting down on it. CDC and like all these viral outbreaks have been happening. COVID was a big one. We didn't really know that was going to happen and break out so easily. The CDC was keeping watch of it. They tried the best they can to keep it contained, which it was. It took about 2 years, whatever, yada yada. But now I'm seeing, for somebody like me who has a child and our alga culture is being specifically attacked, it is very hard as a mother to keep track of what is bad for your child to eat, because they can eat something their immune system can't handle that. I don't want to see my child get sick. Now, I understand like viral infections or viral like things that happen every year. He's going to get sick, he's going to build his immune system to everything that's going on. That's why vaccines are for, he's going to get vaccinated every year. And I'm for vaccines. I feel bad for the people who are not getting vaccines for their children. If it's recommended, then I'm going to do it. And as long as he's protected, then I'm okay with it. But now, since like our food is being affected, that is hard for me because, back in the day, like us, when we grow up, we ate like whatever we got. It's just snacks, or I rarely ate fruit growing up or veggies growing up because I grew up, kind of poor in a sense of way. Not poor, but just poor. So I ate whatever was given to me. But since like now that I have the chance to take care of my child this time, I'm trying to feed him more healthier options and for him to be comfortable knowing that he can eat something good. So now he likes vegetables, he likes fruits, he eats a well-balanced diet. I keep him fed. But it's hard now because of what's going around. The most recent outbreak, which is the cyclospora, that one really hit hard to our produce, which nobody knew like which produce it was. They just said like, oh, please avoid these packages, please avoid any produce right now from these states, yada yada. Now it's like giving me anxiety because like my son loves fruit. I don't want to have him eat junk food because of the red dyes, things that chemicals that they put into our food, our junk food. You know, it's hard to specifically give my child these foods because there's also things in it that can also harm him. You know, so it's and it's funny because like now that we have friends that are outside of the state, such as like Tori being from Germany, he's like, no, all of our food is fresh. We don't do processed flour from the states because you guys put preservatives in it. And I was just like, I'm ready to move forward to a different fucking country just to eat proper food. Like, come on. There's also an increase of people who are getting stomach issues from the food that we're eating today. And everybody has been noticing the decline of the freshness of our food because of specifically what's going on. I don't know if it's Trump himself,
You also eating
the Trump administration.
The plastic watermelon stuff that been going around.
Yeah, I've been seeing like rubbery foods, rubbery bananas, avocados. Yeah, no, it's not plastic. It's like they look rubbery and they don't decompose properly, you know. Apples are being manufactured to last longer when it can also affect your children. It's like my son drinking apple juice in the day, no problem. My son drinks apple juice, his stomach goes out the window. I'm like, why is apple juice so potent right now? Like, I don't understand. But you know, we can only do so much. It's just might as well grow it yourself. Am I right? That's why I talked about doing homesteading, like family compounds. Might as well just grow it your fucking self, so you know where it's coming from. But I also, why are most diseases and viruses going on an outbreak right now? Diseases outbreaks are increasing primarily due to human-driven environmental changes, high global connectivity, and declining population immunity. As humans encroach on wild habitats, spillover events with animals to people are more common. Once an infection begins, rapid international travel and dense urbanization allow it to spread globally before it can be contained. Habitat destruction is like on a rise apparently. Roughly 60 to 70% of emerging infectious diseases or originate in wildlife. Deforestation, I can't say it right. Urbanization and agriculture expansions force wildlife closer to human settlements, increasing the chance of viruses jumping to humans. Global travel and trade. The speed and volume of modern air travel means that localized viruses can be spread across countries and continents in a matter of hours. Population and density. And climate change as well. Warmer temperatures are changing. Rainfall pattern allow diseases carrying vectors such as mosquitoes and ticks to expand their geographic ranges into previously unaffected areas. So what they mean by that is that since the weather pattern is changing, the areas that were already being treated for ticks and mosquitoes is changing. So now that it's changing, other populations are being affected by the ticks and mosquitoes. I think up here in my area, such as Pennsylvania, we're being heavily affected by a new strain of virus when it comes to ticks, where it doesn't allow you to eat red meat. You can get very sick from that. There's also another one saying waning immunity and vaccine hesitancy. So nowadays, everybody is being kind of led to not take your vaccines. And that's why most of the viruses that are breaking out is because it was contained by vaccines. And now that it's not, it's starting to break out again. I think tuberculosis was one of them, or RSV also had a high density rate, I think, of last year, and HIV. So, like I said, I'm for vaccines. I'm for with parents keeping their children home when they are sick. And I understand that somebody's gonna say, "Oh, well, I can't take my child home and have him stay home because my child's sick. I gotta go to work." I'm like, I understand that, but that's also your job's problem. That is also the government's problem, because they won't pay you to take your time off for you to take care of your child and for you to stay home. It's not fair. They want you to just work, leave your child in a daycare with hand and foot and mouth disease, and now the whole daycare is infected. It's not fair, you know. It sucks. And another thing is that people who are not giving vaccines to their children, they're being sent off to school with a fever and whatever disease they fucking have. It gives it to the rest of the school. So now it's going on to a bigger outbreak. So it's just like, you're just sitting there like, me, as a mom, at this point, I'd rather just homeschool my child. I don't even want to put him into daycare. I don't even want to put him through school. Fuck that. I don't want to do it anymore. I didn't know this was actually a thing. Virologists emphasize that the alarming rise in emerging and re-emerging viruses is overwhelmingly driven by human activities and environmental changes, rather than rapid viral mutations. So what they mean there is that instead of viral infections mutating into something new, now it's not even new anymore. It's just basically human activities and environmental changes that are making all these viral things pop up again. So, also, another thing is the livestock and farming density. Growing demands for meat means densely packed farms, animals, and increased human-animal interaction, creating ideal conditions for viruses to spread. So I think the consumer rate is also picking up a lot when it comes to farmers and consumers. And that's why there's a lot of outbreaks between E. coli outbreaks, because farmers are trying to rush, grow their food, not doing things properly, and then just shipping it without cleaning it properly. Now, let's get into the most recent outbreak, which is cyclosporus. That came from Taylor Farms. And Wolf, I wanted to tell you that I was talking to Wolf about this the other day. Why isn't Taylor Farms being sued as well? Because they had multiple outbreaks before. Wolf said that they might be out of the country, the company, but I just found out, Wolf, that the company is actually located in their company facility is located in Salinas, California. And
the main headquarters?
Yeah, the main headquarters is in California. With a global network of 30 processing facilities across the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Western Europe. So
they're worldwide.
They're worldwide, but their main office is in California, though.
Yeah, but they probably... Once you're a worldwide corporation, you get away with so much shit, because all you have to do is just move any and all major assets to the other country. And the United States has to think about, is it worth losing this business? Because you have to think, every country's a business, regardless of how anybody
because
says
we're doing back and forth credits between both of them, and we're getting money from them to sell their food. So it's like they're
most definitely.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, why are we gonna shut them down if we're getting money from this, which is really stupid. They should just be fined or sued for their shit.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's been a class action lawsuit against them at one point or another.
Because this is Taylor Farms had multiple outbreaks. They
Well,
had
look it
one
up.
back. No, no.
Have they had class actions?
I'm about to look that up right now, but hold on. Let me tell you. They had about 4 outbreaks, right?
Uh-huh.
They had one back in 2013 where their salad mix produce in Mexico by Taylor Farms were traced to Cyclospora outbreak linked to Olive Garden Red Lobster restaurants, which sickened 631 people across 25 states. That was back in 2013. Again, 2015. This is 2 years later. Taylor Farms recalled a celery and onion mix tied to E. coli outbreak in Costco chicken salad, which sickened 19 people. Now again, now in another to 2024, silver onion supplies by Taylor Farms facility in Colorado were implicated in a multi-state E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's quarter pounders. This outbreak resulted in 104 illnesses, 34 hospitalizations, and 1 death. Now, my thing is like, if you had 1 death, maybe that should be a class action lawsuit, but I'll look that up in a second. And then this year, in 2026, a cyclospore outbreak linked to iceberg lettuce sickened over 1,640 people, with 1,000 additional cases under investigation, and led to more than 140 hospitalizations across several U.S. states. Over the last 15 years, contributing over 1,800 reported illnesses and multiple hospitalizations across various outbreaks, and this is all Taylor Farms. Let me see where they're located. I mean, did okay. So yes, Taylor Farms is currently facing class action lawsuit and personal injury lawsuits regarding a major nationwide cyclospora outbreak. So they have a lawsuit against them now. Federal health officials trace the illness, which sickened thousands across multiple states, to shredded iceberg lettuce supplies by Taylor Farms de Mexico. In addition, personal injuries claim a class action lawsuit was filed in San Jose, California, accuses Taylor Fresh Foods of deceptive business practices. Plaintiffs allege the company failed to warn customers about the health risk associated with their leafy greens, which misled consumers to purchasing contaminated produce. So they have 2 lawsuits against them, personal and a class action as well. So yeah, and this also goes with Taco Bell too. Before Taco Bell knew about well, actually, I think Taco Bell already knew about their infection happening, their parasitic infection happening, because they removed their lettuce and tomatoes and all that stuff from their menu before the government said that it was coming from them specifically. Also, Taco Bell is what did you say, Wolf? Are they being sued, or are they being shut down completely?
Ooh.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
They're temporarily shut down. No, of course you can't. No, they're not gonna be able to do that.
Yeah. This apparently, when it comes to Cyclospora outbreak, it's not it's common, but it's only a few per year. It can happen, and it only happens once in a while. But for this to be that big, and this is a big one though. You know, for this to be like 1,000 people, 1,600 people, this they should be definitely shut down. Honestly, in my opinion, when it comes to the Taylor Farms outbreak. And the only thing that that Taylor Farms said was that, well, they're a family-owned company and that they're just sorry that this happened. Fuck you. Shut up. Get your shit together. You're sickening a lot of people and you're scaring the public. There's also a little bit of conspiracy going around that this all these viruses and parasites that are happening right now is I think some people were saying that there's people that are doing this purposely. I think there were some farmers out there that was saying there was this helicopter flying over his crops and dropping ticks into his property. And it was the ticks that can give you that new virus where you can't eat meat, and that they're destroying our infrastructure from the inside out. So I think there's a big population control that is happening right now, and I think the government is behind it a little bit, or the Trump administration. I think I sent a picture to Wolf today saying that, I think I'll post a picture in here if I feel like it. I sent a picture to Wolf about this outbreak saying Taylor Farms met with Trump and now magically their lettuce had false positive for cyclospora. So this person is saying that since Trump met with Taylor Farms, now their lettuce is falsely being accused that it's not coming from them. They're being perceived. So,
no, Trump sneezed. Infected.
Huh?
Trump went down there, sneezed, and infected the weed.
Let me see if this is actually true. I looked up. Oh, wow. So I looked up, did Trump meet with Taylor Farms? Yes, executives from Taylor Farms met with the White House and Food and Drug Administration in mid-July 2026 to discuss official investigations into the nationwide cyclospores outbreak linked to their Mexican facilities. But it wasn't Trump, so I don't know why that person is saying Trump. It was just the White House and the Food and Drug Administration that met with Taylor Farms this July to discuss about their facilities and due to this current outbreak. So, but I don't know much about that drama. I just got into it. But that's like my schmeal a little bit behind the administration. Now this kind of leads to my next kind of like little take on this. And this is my question to the both of you. I already asked this to Wolf. Now that these administrations are being slightly defunded, do you guys think, like, since they aren't technically watching new viruses coming out, do you guys think there will ever be, quote unquote, a zombie outbreak where it would affect millions and basically turn people into...
Just die for 2 seconds.
Am I still dying?
Did
that sound good?
More. Yeah, you sound good.
I guess the government's telling me that they don't want me to talk about it. Do you guys think that since the federal... I was saying to Wolf the other day that because since he is more patriotic about our country and believes that we will stop viruses such as like zombie viruses outbreaks right from the start. But I told Wolf is that since
Okay, let me
our
get one thing straight. I didn't mean right from the start. I mean more in the sense of it'll be contained pretty quickly.
yeah, but my sense is that since because he thinks the U.S. military will get on top of it pretty quickly, but what I was trying to have him understand is that how would they know quickly until half of the population is gone, or at least a quarter, I should say, a quarter population.
Half. You really think they're not looking around, seeing everyone
Listen,
getting fucking eaten?
listen.
Oh
With
yes,
the wars that are
50%
going
gone.
on in Israel, do you really think they're gonna be paying attention?
Okay, no, hold on. Do you not?
No. Hold on. Let me finish this. Before you say
Okay.
anything. Imagine this, right?
Uh-huh.
A quarter of the population is being taken down by a specific virus, by a zombie apocalypse, and it's affecting people. Apocalyptic. Anyways, that is affecting people. Like, let's say the movie World War Z. You saw how fast the population went down quickly.
It was airborne. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me finish this. Now, you know what the government's gonna do? There was a movie out there that did a virus outbreak with zombies and stuff like that, and they try to hide the public by talking about something completely different so that they can contain it behind the scenes, in which they didn't, and it went through the country pretty quickly, and that's how the movie started. I forgot what name of the movie was, but what I'm trying to tell you is that when the government tries to hide it, right, to the public, people think everything's okay. But then next thing you know, it's not okay. You know, people are being taken down pretty quickly, right? So don't you think that the government's gonna put out there and be like, oh, we're gonna release the Epstein files undecorated and you can see it just to distract the public? Or do you think they're not gonna pull a card from, oh, look at these Israel things that we're doing for Israel right now as like a card to hide what's going behind the scene when they're getting overrun? What I'm trying to say is that even though there is a, I'm not saying you're not wrong. There's a possible chance the government might contain it properly, but you're saying, well, how they're not going to know that half of the population is being taken down. I'm like, well, if you're talking about World War Z zombies, it's going to happen pretty fucking quickly. And it's going to be not contained, in my opinion, because those motherfuckers can run. And he don't die easily from the movie that I seen. That I'm pretty sure you've seen it too. But if we're talking about like normal zombie outbreak, I would say, okay, yeah, they can contain it pretty quickly. I'm talking about the severity level. Now let's talk about like World War Z zombies, Last of Us zombies, and
okay, Last of Us. Okay, let me like fucking say something.
I'm just putting two out there. Like, let's go for World War Z zombies and Last of Us outbreak.
Which one first?
Well, hold on. Sorry. Can I just finish one thing though?
Oh, yeah.
It's not to add anything to what I was just saying right now. What I'm saying is, before he answers this question, since the CDC is being defunded, there's not a lot of people watching these outbreaks. Something is going to slip under our nose, and we're not going to know it's going to happen. There was a little bit of a scare that was going around the internet that there was zombies in England and California and New York, which happens every few years, saying that people are eating deers from the side of the road, or people are eating dead bodies. There's weird people out there. That's called basalt.
No, it is.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. It's called basalt, guys. It's people taking specific drugs.
This is the thing I want to say. People take anything they see on the internet and they'll freak out about it and tweak out about it. And be like, oh, it's a zombie outbreak. No, that's just Jerry tweaking out his fucking bath salts again, and he decided to eat someone today. Whoop-de-fucking-do. He's dead now because he got shot by the officer 26 times.
Yeah, he's dead now. What I'm saying is that forget the drugs. Now let's get into like fictional stuff, quote unquote. You say.
Shut. He said drugs.
Drug? No drugs.
Drugs?
Drug?
No drugs.
No
Drugs?
No
drugs.
drugs.
No drugs.
Drugs. No drugs.
Oh.
Ah, shucks. Do World War Z. Say it. Talk about World War Z real quick.
World War Z. Okay. Hold on. At the same time, I am making an entire Jurassic Park. Give me a slight momentos. Drinks. Change the drink. Apply. There we go. Okay, sorry. So, when it comes to World War Z, that is it goes based off the hypothetical that
Rabies.
no, fuck no. That's
it was based off rabies.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
It was not. Okay, hold on. Before I eat my own words, because that movie was a mess. What virus was world? It's World War Z.
No, it was not. No, World War Z is not based off rabies, but the lore heavily incorporates real war. Oh my fucking god!
So,
it's
right here.
The real. Hold on, let me fucking read. Real world viruses as a red herring in both Max Brooks novels and film. Zombie plague is officially known as Solinum. I don't know what they mean by that. But yeah.
It's a fictional virus.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Solinum.
So, okay.
Solinum.
When it comes to World War Z, yes, once you die, as you know, once you get bit, it wasn't when you die. That was a big thing. It's not Walking Dead. Walking Dead, you die regardless of how you turn into a zombie.
Yeah.
But World War Z, you specifically need to get bit. Or touch something that they touch and get cut by it, or something of the sort.
Yeah.
That is very situational. So, it depends. There's so many different variables. First variable, where does it start? If it starts in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere, yeah, it's going to get tamed pretty goddamn quickly. If it starts in part of New York, yeah, it's a bit different. It all depends on what the situation is. In my opinion, out in the boondocks, it's gonna get figured out pretty quickly, found out, and contained. But New York, since it goes off bite, we'll probably lose New York. And here's the part where she disagrees with me on. In my opinion, if it's for the betterment of the country, I'd say the United States would bomb New York. They would figure out that this virus is uncontainable to a certain standpoint. They'll either napalm the shit out of it, because everyone knows that fire kills most viruses. Heat in general kills viruses. They would probably napalm it, or to be honest, if it's that bad, fucking Moab the bitch. And everything will be gone.
But you gotta think about New York and New Jersey has international airports. It's gonna.
Okay, hold on. So you're talking World War Z. World War Z, I remember specifically, once you're bit, you have what was it? 30 seconds?
I think it was it was 30 seconds.
No, so that means you're talking within hour flight, like hours. You're talking those zombies are going to be able to be in the plane while it's flying and not just crash it instantaneously? No, the plane's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. That's the issue. That's why they always crash in the movie. They're not going anywhere. The second they get on the plane's good done. It doesn't spread anywhere except for land. So it stays on this northern continent. Like I said, I don't think they get past their own city. Once they get, like I said, police stations have a certain code. I forgot what it was exactly called. And, I should probably look it up here soon. That allows them to get in contact with the National Guard. They used it last time for the LA riots. And the Marines were deployed, I think, within 4 hours of them being called. Full division, too. Not just a few of them. A full division. Full branch. So, with that in mind, it takes them that long just to get infantry, which is not long at all. Imagine the Air Force. How quick it will be just to have them surround the entire city, napalm, So now they can't get past a wall of fire. Or that, just carpet bomb fucking New York. And kill off the survivors, to be honest, because now you can't trust who's alive and who's dead because they don't know how it works. And to be honest, even though, it's brutal, they'll have to kill everyone. I think that's what she doesn't like, that I'm just completely heartless about it.
It's not that I don't like it. I just don't see it happening that way, honestly.
What do you think? They're just gonna stare at it happening and just go like, "Oh, look at happening! Look at it!"
There's people who
I don't. Yeah, people, but it's the military. The second that they get orders, they do what they're ordered.
Yes, sir.
And Cobra was in the military. Do you agree with my assumption here? Do you agree with me that would be honestly the most likely chance of happening?
All right, give me the whole breakdown again.
Wait. Okay.
He's like, I wasn't listening.
One, I wasn't listening that hard to it. Two, I was spacing out thinking about frogs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Bruh. Wait, hold on.
Listen,
but
I went to go get some new wheels, and this guy was talking about white tree frogs. I really want one.
Wait, hold on.
I really want.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let me finish this first. It says in World War Z, the zombie infection spread globally through international travel, government cover-ups, black market organ trading, and maritime shipping, initially hidden by censored officials. Infected individuals were contraband cross borders before turning, while unmanaged outbreaks caused refugees crisis and overwhelm militaries worldwide.
You're going based off of a fake scenario versus
I know, but the thing is that that's not a fake scenario. There is international travel. Hold on. No. Even though it's fake, it still has its truth because it never happened, right? And that's why it's fake. But there is truth behind it because there is international travel, there is government cover-ups, there is black market organ trading. So imagine giving somebody an infected organ from the zombie that they killed, right? But now the organs are still alive, but the infection is still in that organ, trade it into a different body, which could happen because that is true. Because if you're black market trading organs from infected people such as like HIV or hepatitis B, and you're giving it to somebody else without the care in the world, they're going to get hepatitis B because you're trading that infectious organ into somebody who bought it off the fucking black market. And that does happen. And shipping as well too. So I could see that actually happening under the government's noses because they don't control or run the black market. They know about it, but they don't do nothing about the black market. And government cover-ups. That happens a lot. And that's what I was trying to tell you. Now the government will cover things up so that you don't know about it and there's a outbreak. So even though it may be fake, quote unquote, right? Yeah, there is truth behind it.
They can't. Okay, here's the issue with your understanding. You can't contain something of that magnitude. You can't just say control the medias to where a whole entire fucking city is being overran.
Are you sure about that? Because there's literally big cover-ups happening in China that they don't know anything that's happening. Okay, wait, hold on. No. Because you're wrong. Because there is big cover-ups happening.
I know, but let me finish the point and it'll make more sense.
No, it doesn't make sense in general because you're saying that.
Is it okay? Is this
us
Be
Americans?
like this whole time?
No. Us Americans.
I'm going to inject myself in here really quick. I'm just going to ask a simple question. What kind of infection are we talking about?
We're talking about World War Z.
We're talking about World War Z. So we're talking about spit. We're talking about saliva. And we're talking about blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An isolated incident. Well, that would be saliva. Okay, so it'd be tears, it'd be piss, it would be shit, it'd be saliva, whatever. An isolated incident would get a minor amount of attention until the research is brought out of what it is. But we're thinking of the U.S. What if it doesn't start in the U.S.? Think of
There's a different
Ebola.
country. That's different.
Think of Ebola. It became such a It became such a problem because they didn't have stuff like that. Entire villages were being wiped out until it affected a second world country.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I can agree with you on that. Yeah, 100%.
I could see a
It's the
continent
difference
just switching
between
over
a third world country and a modern age country.
Well,
Because and that's what the
that's what you
point I
didn't
was trying to
know.
give. Hold on, and that's the point I'm trying to give. Everyone has a phone, TikTok, Instagram. That shit will be
But
spreading
that didn't
wildfire.
save anyone. Let's take COVID.
There you
Mhm.
go.
How was
That's what I was
COVID
trying to
passed
say.
around?
Human to
Well,
human
let's
contact.
identify that.
Everybody was with each other.
Yeah, but the difference is
Mm.
COVID doesn't turn you into a bloodthirsty monster. Like that's what I'm trying to say here. It's quite visible virus. It's
Okay.
not the same thing as like hidden flu
Let's
virus.
think for a second.
Hmm.
What is the only kind of viral infection that manipulates the brain to a way that'll act aggressive and both
Is there
hostile? Well, it'll act aggressive and spontaneous.
Rabies.
Yeah,
Rabies
but
is a big one.
that doesn't affect humans.
There's another one though. So there is a disease that exists that destroys the neurological pathways in the brain, and it affects deers. But what's unfortunate about it is, I'll find the name for it later. What's unfortunate about it is it does not die. It will 100% continue to spread. It can lay dormant in grass for up to 20 years, be burnt, and it'll still remain. When new grass grows, it is then infected with this virus. Deer come over and eat it, and its brain becomes liquid. Runs around, gets eaten by another predator. It's blood, it's piss, it's shit, spreading more of this virus.
Mhm.
Makes them aggressive, it makes them lethargic, it makes them act really weird. They, in essence, turn into zombies. So this is very much a real thing. It does exist.
That's what I was trying to
But
say.
the question is it, what would the evolution of this virus be? Because I'm assuming you know the cordyceps mushroom. I think Last of Us did it the best way.
Yes.
Fungus, you mean?
The fungus. Yes, that's the cordyceps mushroom. It's a very specific mushroom that infects
that was
insects and
gonna
spiders.
be next topic. Funny enough, that was gonna be next topic. We're gonna go from World War Z
No, it's
to
fine.
Last of Us.
I what he's trying to say right now is everything what I was trying to say to you in a more explained aspect.
I understood. I understood, but you just cut me off and didn't let me finish.
Let her
No,
finish, my guy.
because what I was trying to say is that in World War Z, the movie, Patient Zero came from China, out of state. We didn't.
Why am I not surprised?
It came from a rural village of Dashing, I can't say it right, China, and it spread to the U.S.
Shanghai?
But what? It's not Shanghai. It's Dacheng, or it's like DACH. Yeah, it's not important. A rural village. But what Tony is trying to say, the virus that affects deers is lying dormant to only just deers and smaller animals or such as other animals that eat the deers. We hear about it every so often. We know about it. It is contained, but they are watching it closely. Now, my main thing is that since the CDC is being defunded, they're not going to be watching that anymore. So let's just say, hypothetically, they're not watching that deer virus. And now, guess what? It's gonna mutate. In my opinion, it's probably gonna fucking happen. Maybe not, but it probably would. And it's gonna mutate and then start affecting the public. And it's gonna be slowly. But since it's everywhere and it can't be killed and there's no really real cure for it, it's gonna wipe the population pretty quickly until the government says, oh, this is happening. Let's try to cover it up. And that's what I was trying to tell you, that other countries cover up things about the US. Like China. China didn't know that the US was such a nice people or filled with nice people because their government hides so much from them. So much. And the FIFA World Cup showed other countries that we're actually pleasant people and thought that we're all crazy and rude and mean because of what's happening on the media. But when they come over here, we're actually nice hostess, nice people, inviting them in. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You saw how the Argentinians are fucking assholes when they lost.
No, they were fucking assholes. Yeah.
They started fighting the fucking Spanish. That was fucking annoying to watch. I was like, someone kick his ass, please.
Yeah, they're just
sorry. I got off topic.
Their country lost. It's understandable. I think Spain
okay,
also did,
let me
a nice little
let me
contribution to Norway.
Let me just slide in real quick about this. I'm not saying that there won't be a try to cover it up and contain if it's something that is found, like I said, rurally. But if it happens, like I said, in like outbreaks, it just goes wild in New York, I don't think they're going to be able to contain that in the sense of information. In the sense of killing them all, yeah, I think so. But in the sense of information, I think it will spread too quickly through, like I said, the people.
You'd be
Instagram,
surprised.
Twitter,
You'd be surprised.
TikTok. Yeah, but the thing is, like, the comparisons I've heard here were just more the sense of.
Wolf, did you know that? Have you seen like debates? Did you see like debates?
Hold on.
Oh, wait. Let me say this real quick because it's probably gonna change your mind. Have you seen like people that go out to see like people who voted for Trump, right? And this is just me saying that. They say, "Oh, why did you vote for Trump? Because he's a good guy." Well, they lay out everything that the reason why he's not a good guy, and they're like, "Oh, well, I didn't know that." Or remember that one instance that I was talking about where this one MAGA dude thought Obama was behind 9/11 because he thought he was the president at the time. And what I'm trying to say to you is that you'd be surprised where people don't watch social media like you do, or that me and you do. You'd be surprised in how people are uninformed, uneducated to what is happening on the media, besides bigger countries, bigger states.
I understand that, but it's also the fact is a lot of people are not just going to ignore literal people being ripped apart in the middle of the street.
You'd be surprised.
That's kind of it's a little different because every single time bat assaults happen, it's all over the fucking news. So,
yeah, but then are you gonna ask the person who lives in back crack of Kentucky that did you hear about the guy get eating up the person in New York today? Nope. Why? Because I don't have social media.
Because this is the whole point. Okay, I don't think you grasp the situation that you put in front of me. You're treating this like as if it's some type of progressing virus that like takes like one person at a time. In World War Z, it outbursted like fucking wildfire. It from the movie, it outbursted. You're talking as if like one or two are gonna show. No,
I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about
to 500 to 10,000. It went from the whole city. So what I'm trying to say is, I know you're trying to make your whole point with the whole CDC being shut down thing. Yada. I know, I understand, and I'm trying to say it's kind of unrealistic in that sense. I get it. You're trying to bring awareness to the whole CDC thing. Go for it. But you put a question on my table about how fast the zombies will be contained when it comes to containment in general. That's all I answered. Like I said, I wasn't going to go into the whole...
Maybe you're right that the major cities are going to be informed.
Yes, I know.
But you're talking about the people who are living in rural nowhere. They're not going to know.
In the sense of when I said that you were right about cover-ups happening there, yeah, that can be easily covered up. That's what I was saying. You can easily cover that up. A rural town. Yeah, a few of them, the whole town's like, what, 500 people at fucking most? Let's just say 75% of them turn. They call the police, and the police call the Coast Guard. And now the Coast Guard call a certain group of people, and now the group of people kill everyone who was alive, including probably the fucking police station, and they contain what happened, and they pretend like the town didn't fucking exist. So, yeah, I can believe that. But at the same time, it got contained, regardless. That's the point I'm making here. These movies make it seem like we don't have the power to contain it. To be honest, the U.S. military can fucking wipe half of us out if they really want to.
Whoa, hold on. I have a comment to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the ability to contain it? Depends on how we execute. And the reality is, if we're going into a situation like a massive biohazard, we're going to respond to it as a biohazard. But that's only if we have the foresight of knowing it's a biohazard. We may just have the foresight of like, hey, this is what's going on. Villages are winding up empty. Everybody ends up dying. People are being ripped to shreds. We need to send someone out there to investigate.
I do need to add here. Are we talking solely about the small town perspective, or are we talking about the big New York?
Well, I mean,
because they're very different in my head.
But the main difference between those two is the amount of information that would be credible. We live in a day, of course, where we have all these phones. These are very important things that we need to keep as key factors, of course. But the thing that I'm looking at right now is, okay, China did a really good movie on like a zombie outbreak in a city. The problem with
which one? Did he just die?
Probably.
Hello? Oh, I thought it was me for a second. I was like, fuck that. What the fuck happened? I don't know what this dinosaur is, but I guess I'll figure it out.
Oh?
You died.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I realized that once I started moving. The biggest thing is there was a Japanese person, group, whatever, that made a really good zombie movie. And
yeah,
I think it was like Zombie Train or something like that.
Zombie Train.
I don't remember what it's called. I'm making that one up. I don't know if it's called Zombie Train. I'd have to look it back up. But
well, it happened on a train then, right?
No, that was just one of them that I was thinking.
Yeah, I was like trying to figure it out.
Be something. I don't know. There's a really big steroid-looking dude. There's a bunch of monsters. It's really cool. I like the idea. But it is a audio cue in the movie. It's an audio cue that made everybody turn into a monster. Holy shit! You hear it and you become a monster. But it just stopped. That was the initial infection. Now what it is: bites, scratches, piss, blood, shit, whatever. It's an infection. They showed why you couldn't just nuke it, because in every single one of those buildings, there may be at least a person alive. And that is something that's going to slow down a government entity from just nuking.
No, I didn't say straight.
They're going to want to go.
I originally did, but then I rolled back my answer and said they'll probably carpet bomb, napalm.
Well, they probably wouldn't even do that until like it was an absolute lost cause. Okay, no matter who the fuck is alive, we cannot afford this spreading anymore. First things first, they need to do 2 layers of security, right? That is setting up guard, that is Marine, National Guard for Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, everybody needs to be present in the scenario. We need to create a 2-stage like barrier for a multitude of reasons. One barrier is nice. That's the bare minimum. We're not going for bare minimum biohazard. We're going to want 2 rings of protection. The outermost ring should be the last line of defense. It should be the most strict line. Then the innermost line should have the most amount of resources being pumped into it. These are the individuals who will be fighting back waves and waves, quote unquote, zombies or waves of infection. In between that section should be what I would consider zones. One zone primarily for hospitals, very minimal, manageable amount of people allowed into these zones, it will be incredibly slow. But it being incredibly slow is a benefit, but not so much to somebody who's trying to survive.
May I interject?
Oh, of course.
To me, I feel like this situation will be more like the same exact choice that was given in World War II with Japan. The choice was we either A, risk our own American soldiers to take Japan by force with infantry, tanks, and whatever we can, but we know there's going to be casualties. Or option B, what we actually did, was nuke them twice. But here is the difference.
We have treaties now.
Well, I know. But it's our own country. We do what the fuck we want. And this is something that doesn't exist.
I don't know about that. The United States, first off, no president wants to be the first president to nuke its own.
Well, also, you do remember I didn't say about using nukes. I was talking about carpet and napalm. I'm just using this as
no president wants to be known for blowing up its own country.
Well, let me finish the point first. I will respond to that real quick. My first point being of that is that most likely the choice is going to be in the same sense of what is the greater evil. But at the same time, here's the big difference. When they were thinking about invading Japan, they didn't have the issue of every time one of our guys dies, they become the enemy. That's the issue that is a lot bigger, in my opinion, is that instead of them just being dead, they become the enemy. So, in my opinion, I think they would choose, even though it's more evil to say, to get rid of the problem entirely. Yes, I believe, the zones will be probably enacted. Yeah, most likely, because they still need to create safe zones around the area in order to keep the peace once everything's done and said. But you also have to think is how long until, because the population, let's just say New York. What's the population in New York?
20 billion.
I'm looking at it right now. New York population. Here you go. New York City's population. Density. Here you go. That's 29,000 people per square mile. Hold on. Now I'm looking up total. Hold on.
Now, to tell your Gemini thing, be like,
8.5 million people are living in the city of New York, and 20 million in total around the borders of it. So,
hey, I was right. That meme turned out to be true. How many people? 20 million.
So yeah, you got 20 million people, 20 fucking million that could be potential enemies. I know, yes, they're own people, but for every person you shoot and kill, they are becoming the enemy. I'm pretty sure.
At what stage is it?
There's a lot smarter generals than me and you inside the United States government. I think once they figure that out, once they figure that out, they're gonna realize that no matter how much bodies they throw at this problem, it's just gonna become more of the problem. No matter what you wear, because if they
wait, how effective do you think it would be? Since it's almost like guerrilla tactics, bombard the enemy with bodies. That's what the Russians did at one point.
That's what I mean. This is like, are we Soviets or are we Americans? We bomb shit. We have bombed every single country we've ever been a part of. Every single war we've been in, we have bombed it first and then sent infantry.
Rangers,
so, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be any different. They're probably going to bomb it, then send infantry.
Infantry?
Because once they figure out, every single time one of our guys dies, they become a fucking zombie. So, why send bodies to a meat grinder?
Okay. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna move on. In the movie,
it's gonna be unfair if you throw a point out and then not let us
shut up.
Interject in any
Let me
way.
speak. Be a good boy. Shush. The virus in the world. Shut up, ho. The virus in World War Z movie was not contained due to extremely rapid infection rate, taking only seconds to turn a host. In a total lack of global coordination, the government censorship during early stages of the pandemic. The incubation period, the virus aggressively overtook the host and turned them into zombies in a matter of 10 to 12 seconds after a bite, leaving no time for medical intervention and quarantine of the newly infected. Rapid global spread because the initial symptoms mirrored common illnesses like rabies. Medical responders were overwhelmed, unable to track or stop the pathogen before it hit major transportation hubs. Information suppression. Local officials attempted to cover up and ignore the initial outbreaks and prevent panic, which allowed the virus to quietly multiply and spread beyond their borders. Now, I did look up saying, in today's day and age, hypothetically, will the US be able to prevent it? So,
The word you use.
shut up.
No, I'm asking what AI
hold on.
you use.
Shush. In general, Google. It said, just let me finish. Shut up.
All right.
For your high horse, and for you to feel a little bit better, yes, the World War Z scenario would ultimately be contained in today's day and age, though not before causing catastrophic global devastation and massive social collapse. Experts and military analysts highlighted several reasons how and why we would eventually adapt and survive. Instant information age, unlike the fictional timeline, early outbreaks were covered up and dismissed as African rabies. Modern real-time global connectivity would instantly expose the threat, forcing governments to rapidly implement emergency tips from the CDC and quarantine protocols. Now, even though this AI review says yes, but there is a risk to right now's CDC guidelines, right? The reason why I'm saying this in general is because most of it is being defunded. Now, all I'm saying is that something is going to slip through, right? And we don't know what it is yet. And it's going to create a catastrophic global devastation and massive social collapse, which is basically the Ebola, like the Ebola outbreak that's happening in Africa right now. Also, they said military dominance. While disorganized, panic-driven infantry would likely fail in the early stage, much like fictional Battle of Yorkers, modern military logistics would quickly adapt. I don't know. It's just saying like some battle fictional thing of Yonkers. It says Yonkers. Yorkers? No, it's Yonkers. I don't know what that means. I'll probably look it up in a second. Will quickly adapt. High-powered weaponry, armed vehicles, air supremacy, and superior defenses. Choke points rendered the slow, non-strategic, undead, manageable in the long term. So what Tony was saying, that they will create factions, they will have ground zero and then make zone 1 and 2 and 3, where they will put factions. They will isolate it first and then take care of it. Tactical survival strategies as outlined in the Max Books novels, which where that movie came from. Surviving the undead involves systematic changes to civilization infrastructure, including fortified safe zones, the use of blades over guns, save ammunition, and avoid drawing hordes with noises, and establishing barricades, living spaces.
That sounds more the sense of like once the apocalypse is fully taken over. Not
that's what
right
they said. No, I mean, well, they said in today's day and age, it will happen. It will be catastrophic, and there will be a massive social collapse. But like what Tony said, like once it happens, it's a lot of people are going to die. but it
Oh no,
will be
I
contained.
didn't say they weren't going to die. Yeah, I know a lot of people are fucking.
No,
dying.
that's
I
what I'm
already knew
trying
that.
to say to you is that because what you're saying is just that
I agreed with
how.
that.
No, but you asked the how word, so I'm trying to answer you.
Yeah, I asked what?
You asked how would that happen, and I'm like,
How would what happen? Oh, the
like
mass
the
death.
the mass death, and I was like, well, I
I
mean,
already
it's
knew
gonna
that would
happen.
happen. Yeah, like he said, I agreed with him when it came to the whole, like, yeah, the third world countries are gonna fucking disappear, basically.
No, but
Fucking
no,
say
this is
goodbye
for
to
the
Middle East.
U.S. This is also for the U.S. and
The U.S. Yeah, like the rural parts, yeah, I can get, but I kind of want to know. Can you ask it specifically? How long would a outbreak be contained from World War Z virus in New York City? Kind of want you to ask that. If not, I'm just gonna look at myself.
I said it is my time. I must go gym.
Okay, man. Enjoy your
okay.
gym time. Put GIF of I said GIF. Wow,
Bro, dude, I found out that the fucking I suffered in 34-degree weather at fucking basic training, right? Bro, I live in Cali. This shit's always hot.
quote unquote survive.
Bro, when I found out that these dudes have a flag system at the Air Force, yeah, if it's too cold, you're not gonna go outside and train. You're gonna train inside. Bro, we're actually adults here. Holy shit!
Yeah. If you want to, Tony, we can record your part later, and I'll add it in. And but yeah, guys, he's gonna leave to go to the gym. He has training responsibility as well. Me and Wolf talk this part out. So.
I need you to add one thing to that because I'm reading I looked up myself and it's going based off the book's US military, not real life standards. It's going off the book, which is stupid.
Well, we're supposed to be going off of the book as much as possible.
No,
military.
that was the whole point. It was putting a book scenario into a real life basis. If we go based off the book, then of course, yeah, that's how I would do it. It would just go off to how the movie went. It would just, yeah, they took over.
Hey, man, all I'm gonna say is this: we made that fucking book, but we get to change it if we fucking have to.
Who's we? I didn't sign no book. Who's we?
Hey, man, you fuck off. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Military dudes made the fucking book. If we gonna change that shit, we're gonna fucking do it.
Wait,
if someone got a fucking problem with it, fight the fucking war then.
Yeah.
Have a goddamn opinion between sweat and blood.
All right, Tony, get going. I'll record your part later and I'll add it into.
I gotta see who was the creator of this book and what did he do.
Hold on. Okay, so it says a fast-moving World War Z movie-style outbreak would be contained through rapid pivot to martial law, establishment of safe zone and geographically isolated areas, islands, mountains, and source earth tactics to serve population centers, assuming an immediate military response, full global containment, and eradication would likely take several months to 3 years. That's today's day and age and our military, what you told me to look up, and how long it would take.
Okay.
Immediate reaction.
Mine said 2 to 4 weeks though.
Mine, I mean, who knows? It might. We wouldn't really know for sure if it would happen. It might take 2 to 4 weeks. It might take 2 to 3 years.
I think that's the range. Honestly, that could be the range. Like it depends, just really how fast it's recognized. I think fastest is probably gonna be the 2 to 4 weeks.
Take for instance, like how COVID was. We didn't know it was gonna take 2 years.
Yeah, but
no. I know. No. But I'm just saying because since it's a viral outbreak.
I know, but it's like comparing...
the only reason why I'm comparing this is because, like I said, if people's like what you just said right now, you said it would take 2 to 4 weeks. We don't know until it actually happens.
Oh yeah, we never know. All of this is hypothetical. Yeah, we never.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
this whole thing's hypothetical.
I know. But you're over here telling me like, oh, don't bring in COVID. I'm like, I kind of have to because we didn't know it was going to take 2 years. We don't know.
The reason why I don't like the whole thing of COVID being brought up is because if you're comparing an ant level of viewage versus a rhinoceros in the room,
Well, the
put
thing
two
is
and
that
two.
it's still the same kind of thing.
I mean, no, because here's the issue. You put a guy. Okay, let's just say this. You put two guys in the same room. One of them has the zombie virus. One of them has COVID. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see the fucking difference real off quick.
Well, the thing is okay, look. The reason, so remember me saying earlier, why in the movie they disregarded the outbreak is because it was being treated as a illness outbreak. That's why I'm saying,
Yeah,
even
but it's
though,
like movie logic.
yeah, I know, but that's movie logic. The only thing I'm saying, it happens today too, like the cyclosporus, right? We thought it was just gonna be something small. Now it
I
went
know,
to
but
a big group, and now it's lasting for more than 2 months. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even though you're
I know, I
saying like
understand that,
you're
but it's not
adding a small
deadly.
little, yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is that it's something that has a possibility to being a possibility. It's hypothetical, but what you're trying to say is that, oh, mine says 2 to 4 weeks. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta add also, if we're adding in today's day and age worldly issues too, even though I'm agreeing with you, yeah, if you see a motherfucker out there acting differently and eating people, you're gonna see it right away. Yeah, you're gonna
It's
be like,
like,
oh
it's
my
either
god,
that
that
guy's
guy
on
is being
bad salts or
crazy.
the zombie apocalypse is here.
That's what but there you go, there's your brain. Your brain's like, either zombie apocalypse here, or is
I'm
a
gonna throw
dude
Jerry at the
bugging,
problem.
it is, or is it a zombie outbreak, or is it just a guy bugging out on
You
bath
could.
salt? But that's what I'm trying to say, is that you say 2 to 3 weeks or 2 weeks to 4 weeks. Mine also says several months to 3 years. And the only reason why I'm saying that is, and I'm adding it to real life possibilities, is because we thought COVID was going to be a 2 week thing. Everybody was going to get over it, or it was going to be a type of illness that it was going to pass over. No, it didn't. It made everybody stay home. It killed people. It hospitalized a lot. And the same thing was the cyclosporus outbreak. It, thank God, it hasn't killed anybody yet, but it has hospitalized a lot of people.
I mean, it's not
And
really gonna kill anyone unless you're, like I said, unless you're
like, yeah, like,
stupid,
unless you're
or you
really
have already,
old,
unless
or
you're
you're a small
already
young
having deathly
child.
problems.
Yes, that's what I'm
Even then, the
saying.
small child part, even then, like,
But you got to
for
think about the
you're about to,
parents
hold on,
who
hold on,
don't
hold on.
give a shit about their
I'm
children.
not. True. I was gonna say you as a mother, like, you're gonna be hydrating the shit out of your kid.
Of
But
course I would, and I would take him to
but
the
to be
hospital. But you
honest,
got to think about the
if the
people who
kids
don't.
if the kids are not being hydrated in general, I think that kid has more problems than we're talking
That's what I'm
about.
saying. There's people who are actually out there that are allergic to water, and if you're allergic to water, then you're fucked.
That shit confuses me. How can you be allergic to water? You made of water.
It's an
How can you be
inefficiency
allergic?
of
I'm making it.
retaining the water. But yeah, I know you are. But
How
hold on.
can
Let
you
me.
be allergic to the water when you are
Yeah,
made of the water?
we're an hour and 22 in this minute. I really would like to.
Damn, I haven't even got to my damn.
I know. I would really like to.
I got
finish
so
this up.
pissed off at you fucking cutting me off. You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I
I gotta
don't
get that out.
care.
I gotta get that out.
I'm
Fuck
trying.
you.
That's fine. Let's move on. Fast moving world. Okay. Say it would take several months to 3 years. It says that the process would unfold in phases, such as immediate reaction would take 1 to 7 days. Quarantine. Severe.
Oh, it gives the actual. If it was immediate action, it would take only a few days to take over to fix.
Yes. Okay, but hold on. It would take 1 to 7 days. Quarantine, severance. The military would utilize rapid deployment forces to cut off major transit routes, destroying bridges, establish heavily ground perimeters, and around urban epicenters. Targeting. Standard engagement rules would shift because traditional center mass shots are ineffective against the infected. Rules of engagement would immediately strictly target headshots, snipers, heavy machine guns, and close air support. Would be critical to clearing the initial wave. The second stage would be retreat and consolidation, consolidation, weeks to months. Evacuation. The U.S. military would coordinate massive non-combat evacuation to highly defensible, controllable terrain, such as offshore islands like peninsulas or high altitude redoubts, and then scorched earth to stop the swarming behavior depicted in World War Z. The military would likely employ strategic infrastructures destruction, controlled demolitizations of skyscrapers, bottlenecked corridors, to channel zombies to kill zones or trap them in trap them under debris.
What they're saying is they'll take out the buildings so they fall down into a specific pattern, which makes a perfect kill zone for them just to wipe them out.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In my opinion, our current U.S. military would do that.
Yes, that's what it's saying. Also saying resources securing. Supply lines would be secured by National Guard and active duty forces to ensure logical stability for food, water, and medical supply chains. And then eradication and rebuilding will take months to years. Systematic sweeps. Once the initial panic subsides, armored units and mechanized infantry would begin systematically clearing infected areas grid by grid. Timeline. Total clearance of heavily populated continents would be slow, requiring 1 to 3 years, primarily due to logistical challenges of neutralizing hiding zombies, restoring civic infrastructures, and managing displaced populations. So yeah. If it did happen in today's age, there would be a tragic death of a lot of people. But once the military contains it, it will be stopped pretty quickly in 1 to 2 3 years or so.
Let me ask you. What? Because I think maybe my point was a little bit off put. What do you think I was implying the whole time?
I wasn't thinking that you were implying anything. I think you were just kind of walking over the fact that this could actually happen, because you thought of it as more fictional. Something like this would never
didn't like
happen.
The fact that I don't
No.
It's
not that I didn't like. It's just don't say it like that. I just was saying that you were looking over the fact that this is something that could actually happen. Now, I was just saying, because what you were saying is like, oh, well, just because the CDC is being defunded, it's not going to happen. I'm like, no. I'm just saying it's a possibility that could happen. I'm just trying to have you recognize it and understand that this is agreeable, that this is a possibility that could slip under our fingers as a dangerous possibility. That's what I'm trying to say to you, and that's what I've been trying to say to you from the beginning, that there's dangerous stuff out there that could happen under the nose of the CDC.
Here's my one issue, though. The CDC is not fully worldwide, even though they say they are. They're not. They don't have access to other countries.
I know it's not just the CDC. That's why I said in the beginning, there's other companies out there that also do the same thing too, as watching our agriculture.
And do it themselves.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're not doing that because the CDC is already doing that. So, like, listen. Imagine doing a group project, right? You always have that one person that doesn't know what the fuck is going on, right? That's literally what it is. Imagine the CDC is the group project manager. Now the rest of them are kind of just focusing on their own thing because they know what they're doing, right? But now that they're being defunded, now all the work is being pushed on to these other federalizations. They don't know what to fucking do with it. They're like, imagine getting a piece of paper on your desk and it came from the person in the group project and you're looking at it with all their research and you're just like, well, I'm not going to read this whole packet. I'm just going to say F it. I'll give it to somebody else.
Well,
that's
another country's fault at that point.
I'm not saying the other country. It actually happens in our country as well.
I know.
We're smart,
I understand that, but I'm trying to say more the lines of like we can't, and this goes on my personal beliefs. We can't be responsible for every fucking country, man. I'm so sick of it.
I'm not talking about other countries.
Annoying.
I'm talking about our country, like the
I know, but
this
zombie outbreak would never happen with our fucking country. It's always the other one. Even the book said it. Like it never happens with us. It happens with everyone else, and then we have to deal with the consequences. That's what I'm trying to say.
But
here.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to say in general. Even though for your own personal beliefs that you don't think it will actually happen, there is still a slim chance that it could happen specifically in the U.S. That's what I'm trying to have you understand, since that they're also trying to
when you say have you understand, you make it seem like I'm an idiot. I understand.
I'm not trying to call you an idiot. I'm just trying to help you understand that.
I need you to reword that. No. I need you to reword that because I'm not. I understand. I understand completely. I just don't.
Okay, then I should try to inform you that it is a possibility that it could.
Okay, that's the same shit. That's the same shit.
Well, I don't know how that I can help you think that I'm not calling you
I disagree.
stupid.
Okay, hold on. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I'm not informed on this matter.
No. I'm not saying that you're not agreeing with
all you have
me.
to say, do you want me to okay, all you have to say is literally I'm trying to have you come to terms with me. Or
no, I'm not trying to have you come in terms or agree with me. I'm trying to have you understand something.
No, I cannot be the only one that's like thinking that the word. Okay, when you say understand, okay, let me say this. When I'm playing something and then you were telling me when I tell you about the nerd stuff, I'm just like ball, and you get so upset. It's the same thing you're doing to me right now. It's the same thing. Because you're implying that I don't have the basic understanding to understand what you're talking about.
No, you clearly do have the basic. Okay.
I do. This is
that's complete. No. You're adding in something completely different when it comes. No. Basically what he's trying to say is that I didn't know. He was surprised at the fact that I know a lot about Lord of the Rings.
You died. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I'm still here. Yes.
You died for a good moment.
Okay,
sorry.
Congratulations. You figured that out. Now move on. He was trying to say that he thought I didn't know a lot about Lord of the Rings, which I do. I got upset because he was just saying the way he said it is exactly like this. Well, not a lot of people know about Lord of the Rings, so I'm just surprised you know about the Lord of the Rings. And then that's when I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, of course I know about the Lord of the Rings. I know a lot of people don't know, but if I'm answering your questions to the things that you're asking me and agreeing with you to what is happening to your questions, don't say that, oh, well, not a lot of people know about the Lord of the Rings series. I'm just surprised that you know. And I'm like, damn. All right, you're singling me out. I didn't say none of that in this whole conversation. I agreed with you. I'm just trying to have you understand a topic that it is a possibility that it could happen.
I understand it. I understand it. But it's annoying as fuck when you keep saying it.
You asked me the question as to where I'm going with this. So I'm answering you. I know you understand.
I understand the damn topic.
Okay, you asked me a question and I'm answering you. So give me a second to answer you, and then you won't understand that you're not feeling stupid, because you're not stupid. I'm not saying you are.
Lord,
let me just finish whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm just saying my correlation to this whole thing that I'm trying to say right now is that this Federation is being defunded. All I'm saying, not saying the zombie apocalypse would ever happen. It's basically that meme out there where it says there's always a 1%. There's never really a 0% chance of your cat killing you, but there's always that 1%. there's always a 1% that it could happen, but it never will because the government will come in. But I'm just saying, not saying the zombie apocalypse specifically for the CDC. I'm just talking about something a little bit more serious, like the pandemic that happened years ago, such as COVID. It could actually slip right through, like the hantavirus. Luckily, they got that pretty much under control, and it went into our states, and they got that pretty under control too. I'm just saying that something is going to slip through our nose, and we're not going to know about it. You were saying, well, there's other federations that would take a hold of it. Yeah, I know. They could probably do it. I understand that. But I'm just saying there's a ticking time bomb and something is going to happen. I'm just trying to let people know to be prepared, to understand that if there's a breakout going to happen, be smart about it.
I can't wait to get paid to be indoors because of my job.
I know. I'm like, I can't wait to be fucking indoors again. Actually, honestly, I would prefer.
No, I get paid. No, because I work for the government, I get paid. I get paid.
I don't get paid, but I rather
because
be home.
my government job has a union. Strangely enough, I don't even know how the fuck that works in general, which makes no goddamn sense, but somehow it does. I get paid regardless, even though it's not my full paycheck. Shit, what am I gonna be doing?
Yeah, but overall, that's the main thing. I'm not trying to make him sound stupid or anything, guys.
It's okay. That's what I need to reiterate now. Let me reiterate. I'm not saying. Okay, let me rephrase. I'm not saying that you're making me feel stupid. I'm just saying it's the wording that makes it sound like I am, because the way you're saying it is like saying.
But yeah, not my wording to him. He thought I was claiming for him to not be smart enough to understand whatever I'm talking about. I agree with what he was saying. My main thing out of the whole thing was that not just the zombie apocalypse. I'm just saying something's gonna slip through our nose. We will know it's gonna happen because of what's specifically going on right now. If we don't get our fucking acts together, my main priority is to take care of my children and to make sure they're safe. Is all I care about. But other than that,
I mean, Wolf, to be honest, you're not really out there that much.
No, it doesn't matter whether if I'm out there or not. The food is what I'm saying. Like, my son eats fruit.
No, I know that. I meant more in the sense of.
I don't know if I should just make this as one video as itself, and then we can record next time with Tony, like sometime tomorrow.
Why is everyone sick?
I'm asking you a question. I don't know if we should just record another part tomorrow, like a video of part 1 and 2, because I'm already in 1 hour and 43 minutes and Tony is gone. So I don't know if we just do the rest of the recording tomorrow before he goes to work.
It's up to you. We could.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm down to do it tomorrow and finish the recording so that he's here and that you're here and I can just do part 1 of what we're talking about now. And then part 2.
All my dinosaurs are
I'm asking you a question, dude. I need to answer so I can stop recording.
Oh, yeah, we can do part 2. Go for it. Yeah, I'm down with it.
Okay. He just already left, so I didn't know.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2.
All right. Yeah.
Dramatic cutoff.
Bam! In the next Dragon Ball PP, who is going to be right about this outbreaks in today's
Morty, I'm good.
Okay, I gotta cut that part out too.
Oh, come on! It's a little fun! Let me have it!
But I don't know if YouTube is gonna allow it. It's probably gonna be bleeped out.
Yeah, bleep it out, but people get the understanding. Once you bleep, just so you know, once you bleep anything out, you can have it still in there, even though it references something, and they probably definitely know what you said. As long as you bleep it out, you're in the guidelines.
Okay. Alright, alright guys, so sorry this video took forever. This was a pretty big topic for me. I didn't expect it to take almost an hour to talk about it. Tony had to leave halfway through the video since he's doing training purposes for the Air Force, I think. He wants to talk about that in the next video. If you guys want to hop over from this video to the next one, we're going to record it tomorrow. It's going to be posted at the same day, post 1 and 2. Parts 1 and 2. And Wolf is going to talk about his topic as well in the second video, so that both of them can get their stories out. Because I'm getting tired a little bit.
What the?
Other than that,
Oh my.
I'll see you guys in part 2. Bye bye.